That was fun. Alright. Some stuff for me to do. Oh. I also want to get a bit of rest. Need some rest.
Hey, sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Worth it.
Show you to your room. Right this way.
I am stuck. Uh-oh. I'll backtrack this. I think I'm completely stuck. I can't get out. Okay. This shouldn't be too bad, really. For a run like this. A few seconds or so, but
I heard.
go with it.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Today, gone for the age of regret.
Here. What a long day.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Very well rested. Hoping I could get some little more XP.
Drive out the storm cloaks.
So, anything else witty to say, really? I'm curious on what kind of prototypes that Valve actually is trying to work on for the Steam operator system. Wonder if it'll be possible to actually compete in a competitive home console market. At least it's getting pretty crowded.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? What am I saying? Of course you
Know what he's talking about, but there. Excuse me, sir. Have to come along here. Have to get something very important. Hey there, sir. Need to talk.
Do you have news? Did you find something?
Got proof that Farrell lives.
I knew it. Let me see, please. The Thalmor. By the 9. It's worse than I thought. So, Northwatch Keep. Then we know where to hit them.
You're going to assault on Northwatch Keep.
I'll do anything if it means saving my brother. You'll join us, won't you? Thorald can't be left to those monsters.
Of course I'll
round up
join.
what men I can and meet you outside Northwatch Keep. We'll get in and out as fast as possible. I'll see you there.
I did actually try out a demo of the Elder Scrolls Online. Needless to say, my experience was a little disappointing. Like, there wasn't really that much content details to actually see. Like, there's supposed to be this epic, massive storytelling that's supposed to take place in this game. Now, most RPGs are basically like, oh, you have to go to this certain place to get XP, etc., such and such. I swear, I heard there's some rumors that they're going to make the Elder Scrolls Online possibly be a free-to-play game, which would be okay. It makes a lot of sense that
Maybe I'm the Dragonborn, and I just don't know it yet.
it just got to this certain point that I had never even seen a groundbreaking MMO game that was meant to be revolutionary. And the only MMO game that is still hanging at the crown is still World of Warcraft. I've heard of that game, but I never play it. I don't seem to really care much at all, really. But I got some interesting places for me to travel. A very fine world map. Couple bandits I'm supposed to kill. Got a plenty amount of gold. I think I probably would rather be better off spending most of my time exploring. Yeah, the Elder Scrolls Online, I didn't think that game was really worth actually subscribing to. I'm not the type of person who's into MMORPG, but I am into, like, simply RPG, and that's just about it, really. Most notably, I've been into, like, a bunch of pumping adrenaline first-person shooter games, like Insurgency, for example. A really good shooter I actually play. And I think this is a type of shooter that surprisingly fits my playthrough well. Like, I'm quite surprised that I fight pretty well when I play in a firefight match. Like, it isn't just about kill-death ratio, but I tend to play quite well, and try to plan ahead as fast as possible in advance, according to how the gameplay actually looks. Like, for example, if there was a certain moment where, okay, the opposing team is trying to capture one of our cap points. I need to get to one cap point and stay there. Don't leave. Otherwise, if you do, game over, man. It's game over. Just taking that, the reference quote from the Aliens film. Funny they're actually working on the next Alien 5th film just right after the major successes of Alien Isolation, which follows up really, really close back to the first Alien film. That was originally released right around 1979. I find it quite surprising. See if I can... I think I heard some people. Oh.
Thought I heard something.
Oops! Watch where you're stepping. Ow. Thank you. Oh, food. Lovely. To roll off. People need serious business. Actually, I love my old word. Self-detected. Well, hell with it. I tried. I'll shoot. You can complain all day you want. Nice. As you can see, the ragdoll physics feels a little different because... Oh, really? You did see the first film. I had to say the first film... I have to argue this is the most influential idea ever. And also a lot of Easter egg reference from, like, the film itself. They took in some inspiration from, like, one of the Alien and Alien films. A couple of game developers actually took some inspiration from one of the Alien films. I mean, a couple game developers who worked on, let's say, for example, Metroid. Or another example would be on the first Half-Life game Valve made. Another example would be... Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Oh, I wanted to try something. Just want to play around. I thought it would have been funny for me. Nope, he's next. I don't know what type of book is he trying to write, but he got too lazy writing stuff. I've seen he never took poetry in English class. Pretty much sucks at it. Yes, this is most of the inspiration taken from game developers like Metroid, Doom. They actually got it from the Alien franchise. Now I just mean the Alien and Aliens film personally. Pretty interesting to actually look up some interesting history of like a couple video games if you were to look up some interesting trivial, if you were to do that all by yourself. I have heard of the Alien vs. Predator.
We can't have that roomy-eyed fool as our watchman, even if he is Hashmar's uncle. The time we dealt with both of them.
We strike tonight at dusk. Be ready.
Somebody's not getting along nice and easy. I like to shoot some bandits. Ah, stupid invisible wall. Open myself up a bit. Oh, bugger.
Huh?
Let me shoot. Yeah. Ah, this is a hard, cruel character.
You won't get me. Now you'll pay.
I'll shoot you. Ow! Clever bandits. Damn you. I heard of the Predator and Aliens vs. Predator, but I never really watched them. Not only the Alien 5th film, but there was also a Dark Horse comic book of the Alien. I did heard about the franchise for Parenthesis, Aliens vs. Predator, and Predator comic book of Heat and Fire. I actually checked it out, and that comic book actually was pretty interesting. Very lots of crazy twist plots, I have to say. Like, if I could select a certain character I actually I would like to take my inspiration from. I love actually seeing Galgo. Like, the Galgo type of tough security guy, he's a really awesome dude. And I'm not going to be completely sarcastic. I kind of love it when he makes, like, I don't know, some very clever stuff, like, for example, oh, the Predator's just a little junior. That's all. He's not going to come after us. It's pretty great. They also talked about weird stuff, like, they talked about, for some weird reason, they talked about going to a strip club right in the mining facility. They also talked about one of the girls just, like, screaming and moaning around like crazy. Etc., etc. It's like, okay, I had enough of this, let's move on. Hey, that's like my favorite character I would love. He looks so tough. Person.
You think it'd work?
Of course not. Dogs I could train, but a half-starved wolf, not a chance.
Right. Lucky if it doesn't rip our throats out.
I'll activate the chain and plunge you guys to death.
One there.
Is this Home Alone all over again? Tell me.
Someone there.
Yeah. Yep, they saw me. They know where I am. I shoot my arrows of justice. A lot of techniques I really like to talk about. I think I'm gonna find it so fascinating for me to talk about. I just like to take most of my time actually taking the time to, like, cover every nook and cranny information I can possibly get. It's not gonna be much in my opinion, but it's the best I can actually do, hoping people could get yourself a pretty good start of actually playing Insurgency. The paper I'm working on. Ah, yes. I'm actually working on... The next paper I'm working on is Introduction to Insurgency, where I would like to talk about what the game is, what is it basically about, and every information I could pretty much cover in Insurgency. Oh, thanks for the arrows. Gotta grab myself a couple of arrows. You got yourself. You know, when I heard about the next Alien 5th film, I scratched my head and asked myself, okay, are they gonna actually take notes on what Alien Isolation was successful and try to branch back to it, or... Well, we don't know what's actually gonna happen, and we're not very certain where things are actually gonna go from here. I actually heard about the confirmation of Alien 5th from one of the directors who worked on District 9. I had never really watched that film, in my opinion, since I'm basically not into movies, since, as you can see, back last year, it was a bit of a disappointment, which is compared to most of the big AAA video games, if I were to compare them. But there should be some glowing light that... Okay, there should be a couple AAA films that should be exciting, like the next Bond film, which would be Bond 24. Remember the title, what it's called. Another one will be Jurassic World, which is actually based right after the events of Jurassic World, the third. In another film, what else did I forget? Oh, right, I almost forgot. The next Star Wars film. Episode 7th. Curious how things are actually going to look when it gets released this fall. Yeah.
Someone there?
It's on! I'll take you down. I could take on a tough guy like you. With my... Ow! Yeah! Yeah! Let's dance! Just as Marth expected me to do. With my lovely little blade. Steel arrows. Hands attack. I like to get like a couple special ability weapons, but it's not much really. Oh, really? You know, speaking of Jurassic, here's an interesting fact. An interesting fact on one of the Jurassic Park films is the first game that utilizes the ragdoll physics simulation. I mean some physics simulation like this. I'm using with my Xbox controller. Is Jurassic Park Trespasser. It was actually published and developed by DreamWorks Interactive. It's a subsidiary game studio that is part of DreamWorks Film Studio, who also made some of the animated films such as Shrek, How to Train Your Dragon, etc. You get the idea. They're one of the game developers that were they were the game studios that were the first to utilize ragdoll physics in a game. But since its official launch, well, end up nothing but mildly major disappointment. It was meant to be the specific type of PC game that is meant to be revolutionary, be way ahead of its time, that changed PC gaming forever. But unfortunately, when we get the final product, the quality is horrible. There's nasty pop-ins that you can actually see within a few meters or so. Very nasty pop-up block-ins. It just looks worse. A lot of people have lots of complaints on using control with their right-hand mouse. You could actually Google that up, Jurassic Park Trespassers, in case you never heard of that game. Oh, it's also the same game studio that also made Medal of Honor series. Same studio that brought World War II shooters into console and PC market. Probably would have figured. Just thought I might spare some little details for you. Don't mind. That troll. Creepy looking. Very hard and cruel in every way. Now with that mess all taken care, just thought I want to do some bit of exploration. Is it me I'm right next to one of those mages? Like a freaking mage having a battle with thing. I don't know what it is. Fire will beat frost. Or is it gonna remind me a bit of like time to need to use my sword. I'll make sure you don't get in my way. Got one. Fire salts. Might take. I don't know what I would do to it. A witch. Creepy looking little witch. Don't know why it's wandering around here. At least you're not one of the terrifying, scary-looking witch from Minecraft. Oh, giggly. I leveled up. Nice. I want to do some good old speech. When I could get a better deal, better offer. That should make things interesting. Ow. Got you.